Okay. Give me just a minute. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, hola y bienvenidos. Good evening and welcome. My name is Rachel Stead. I'm the principal of the Dual Language Program, which is also part of the Albany International Center program at the Edmund J. O'Neill School of Excellence. Thank you for joining us for our open house to share with you information about our Dual Language Program. Soy la directora de la escuela que tiene dos programas, el programa bilingüe y también el programa de Albany International Center. Y gracias por venir a saber más información sobre nuestro programa del programa bilingüe. This is our agenda for this evening. So we'll start with the principal welcome, and then I have some videos to share with you. We have a message from the students. I may have just flip-flop the order of these, but we will have a message from the students, and then we'll have a message from the parent committee, the PTA, and then we will share some information with you about our instructional programming, and then you'll have an opportunity to speak with the dual language teachers at the end of all of this. Entonces, este es el horario que yo voy a dar una bienvenida y entonces tendremos mensajes del comité de los padres del programa bilingüe, también un video con los estudiantes del programa. Y después de eso vamos a explicar nuestro programa bilingüe y finalmente tendrán la oportunidad de hablar con los maestros en cuartos de Google Meet o aulas de Google Meet. So I'm just going to show you our dual language instructional staff. We have many teachers in our program as we continue to expand. So I'll start with the lowest grades and then move my way up. Entonces yo voy a presentar al personal del programa, empezando con los grados menores. So we have our pre-K teachers, Mrs. Van de Wempel and Ms. Gomez, our kindergarten teachers, Ms. Rodriguez and Mrs. Valentine, las maestras de pre-K y kindergarten, señora Van de Wempel y señora Gomez, también señora Rodriguez y señora Valentine. And in the as we kind of move up the grades, we have Mrs. Clary in first grade, Mrs. Militello in second grade, Mrs. Flores in third grade, Ms. Zelinsky in fourth grade. Tenemos también en primer grado, señora Clary, segundo grado, señora Militello, tercer grado, señora Flores, y cuarto grado, señora Zelinsky. Y más, so we have more. Fifth grade is Mrs. Stevens. We have a Spanish as a second language teacher, Mr. Constantino. We also have teacher assistants. We have Ms. Gutierrez in pre-K and Ms. Holmberg also in pre-K. Tenemos también a señora Stevens, es la maestra de quinto grado, y el señor Constantino, que es maestro de español como segunda lengua, y también asistentes de maestra, señora Gutierrez y señora Holmberg en pre-K. Y más, tenemos también dos maestros de inglés como nueva lengua, señora Bella Brown y señor Stern. Y tenemos también dos entrenadoras una de biliteracy, o de la lectura en dos lenguas, y también una de matemáticas. Tenemos Ms. Chate y Ms. Tavares. So we have 2 ENL teachers, Ms. Bello Brown, Mr. Stern, and then we have 2 coaches. The biliteracy coach is Ms. Chate, and our math coach and interventionist is Ms. Tavares. And many of these staff are on the call tonight, and you will have the opportunity to meet them in the Google Meet. Entonces, también hay mucha del personal en esta llamada esta noche y tendrán la oportunidad de hablar con ellos. Oh, I also forgot our support staff. And so these are the folks who also support the work that we do. So Senora Berciaga, our family engagement coordinator, Ms. Tu is our homeschool coordinator, Mr. Nova is our social worker, and Dr. Giulianella is our school psychologist. They're all bilingual, and 3 of them do speak Spanish. So just to share with you some of our guiding principles, we always align our work with the vision statement of the City School District of Albany. But we also align this programming with the 3 pillars of dual language education, which are the development of bilingualism and biliteracy, academic achievement at grade level and beyond, and then also sociocultural competence. Entonces, los principios que nos guían en este programa, primero, la visión del distrito de la ciudad de Albany, y también en nuestro programa, los 3 pilares de educación de lenguaje dual. El primero es el desarrollo de ser bilingüe, leer y escribir en los 2 idiomas. También el logro académico a nivel de grado y finalmente la competencia social cultural. So just to give you a little bit of information about our school, we are in our first year in our new location at 50 Lark Street, which is known as the Edmund J. O'Neill School of Excellence. I'm the principal. We also have an assistant principal, Ms. Anderson. We have 505 students enrolled here in grades pre-K through 12. Not all of those students are students in the bilingual program. Our 6th through 12th graders are enrolled in the newcomer program at Albany International Center. But we do have 177 students in our pre-K through 5 dual language program. In our school in general, the population breakdown is 46% female, 54% male. And then with regard to ethnicity, we have 51% Hispanic, 26% Asian, 13% Black or Afro-American, 9% white, and then 1% multiracial. Entonces, en nuestra escuela es el primer año que estamos en esta ubicación en la calle Lark. Y yo soy la directora con la asistente directora, señora Anderson. En nuestra escuela tenemos 505 estudiantes en los grados pre-K hasta 12, pero todos los estudiantes no son del programa bilingüe. Solamente, tenemos 177 estudiantes en el programa bilingüe en los grados pre-K hasta 5º, y también la población, tenemos 46% de femeninas y 54% masculinos, y también en nuestra población tenemos 52% hispano, 26% asiáticos, 13% afroamericanos, 9% caucásicos y también 1% multirracial. Y otra cosa que debo mencionar es que estamos en el proceso de expandir a nuestro programa. Este año también añadimos 2 clases en los grados pre-K, y uno en pre-K y otro en kindergarten. Y vamos a continuar con la expansión. El próximo año vamos a añadir otra clase en el grado 1, y después vamos a continuar con un grado cada año hasta el año escolar 26 a 27, cuando terminemos con la expansión y tenemos en cada grado 2 clases. Y para nosotros es muy emocionado. So we are also, I should mention, in the process of expanding our program. Beginning with this school year, we added 2 classes to our programming. So we added a pre-K class and we added a kindergarten class. And then we will continue next year by adding a first grade class. And then this will follow until we are fully at 2 classes per grade level. For all of our grade levels, and that will be by the end of the 2026-27 school year. And now I'm going to let you watch a message from the students, and they will share some of their perspectives on our programming.
I like the language program. I like learning Spanish. I like playing with my friends. Me encanta hablar y practicar en español en la escuela. Me encanta tener amigos que hablan español también. It is nice that we are all together in the same group from pre-K through 5th grade. A mí me gusta que nunca estás solo, nunca estás trabajando solo y siempre si necesitas ayuda alguien te va a ayudar, nunca estás solo. Lo que me encanta de la escuela es estar con mis compañeros y estudiar muy fuerte y también que me gusta hacer la tarea que me manda la maestra, me gusta la escuela y también me gusta gym porque es muy divertido. Yo me gusta el Duolingo program porque tiene las personas que hablan español y hablan inglés y nosotros puede ayudar a otras personas porque no habla un lenguaje perfecto o la otro. I like the teachers here. They have me learn English and write words. When I learned first time English, it was like hard to learn. When I got better, it got easier and easier. Me gusta hablar español. I like to speak English too.
So I can see all the teachers smiling because they recognize all those faces, and we're so proud of them because you saw a couple of students who were at the end of this program and speaking in the language that was not initially their native language, and you can really see how they have achieved bilingualism. Entonces yo veo a los maestros en esta llamada que están sonriéndose porque reconocen a los estudiantes en el video y estamos tan orgullosos de ellos y lo que han logrado durante este programa, especialmente el poder de ser bilingüe. So, just moving on. I'm also going to share with you a message from our PTA president, and you will also see that this is subtitled in Spanish. Este es un mensaje de nuestro presidente del PTA y también hay subtítulos en español porque ella habla en inglés.
So I'm Lauren Clemens. I have 2 children in the dual language program. My daughter is in 3rd grade and my son is in preschool. I'm also the president of the PTA. It was really important to us to have our children in the dual language program. We actually moved into Albany specifically for them to have that opportunity. And of course, the language is part of that. So to share language learning, that experience of being a language learner from a very early age, to make friends from all over. So certainly all over the US, but also all over the Spanish-speaking world. And to have that early access to bilingualism that we couldn't provide in our own household. I also really value academic rigor, and of course, everything that the kids do in this program, they end up having to do in 2 languages. So they learn math in Spanish and English, they learn to read and write in Spanish and English, and naturally, because of the fact that each classroom is so diverse, that the children end up learning a lot about the world that they might not otherwise. So another thing that I really appreciate about this program is that in addition to the fact that the students represent diversity on a whole lot of different levels, the teachers and staff do too, and I think that that's really valuable for my kids and for all the kids in the classrooms. And there's a healthy exchange for kids coming from English language households, Spanish language households, and bilingual households. That's really unique and enriching and wonderful. Yeah, so the dual language program has been a cornerstone of my children's education, and I'm very grateful that they have this opportunity, and I'm also grateful to be able to participate in this really wonderful community.
And so moving on to the next part of our presentation, we're going to talk just a little bit about our academic program. And I'm going to turn this next slide over to our biliteracy coach, Ms. Chate, and she's going to talk to us about the academic program. Vamos a empezar primero o próximo sobre el programa académico y nuestra entrenadora, señora Chate, va a explicar.
Gracias, Directora Stead. I'm going to start in Spanish, my first language, and then I'm going to explain it in English as well. Como ha explicado la directora muy bien, este programa tiene 3 pilares, ¿verdad? Enseñar el bilingüismo y la lectoescritura en 2 idiomas, el alto rendimiento académico de los estudiantes y también el crecimiento de una competencia sociocultural. Entonces, hacemos eso todo en los 2 idiomas, por supuesto, en el área de lenguaje y comunicación, artes de lenguaje. Los niños aprenden en ambos idiomas, aprenden las bases fundamentales de la lectura y escritura en ambos idiomas. También hacemos otorgamos tiempo suficiente a los estudiantes para que interactúen y puedan practicar esas habilidades lingüísticas con sus compañeros, a la misma vez que todas las áreas curriculares de estudios sociales, ciencias, matemáticas también se hacen en ambos idiomas. So like our principal explained, our program is based on the 3 pillars of bilingualism and biliteracy, high academic achievement, and developing social cultural competence. And so in our program, we breathe both languages through all of our content areas. So our language arts and reading is in both languages. So students learn the foundational reading skills and advanced skills in both languages. They have an opportunity to interact with their friends from different language groups. They also learn all content areas like math, social studies, and science in both English and Spanish. Gracias.
Thank you, Ms. Chate. And on to the next slide, I'm going to introduce our pre-K teacher, Mrs. Banda Wemple, who will share about what we really do, especially at the lower grades.
Buenas tardes. Yo también voy a hablar en español primero. Tenemos la suerte de que nuestro distrito apoya el aprender mediante el juego. Y esto es muy bueno para todos los niños de pre-K, K y sobre todo los grados bajos, pero especialmente cuando estamos aprendiendo un segundo idioma. Los niños en nuestro programa aprenden jugando, aprenden bailando, aprenden cantando, hacen amistades y eso hace que su cerebro sea muy activo en muchas formas diferentes y va creando el conocimiento tanto en español como en inglés mediante haciendo, no en teoría. So now in English, we are super, super lucky to have the district having the play-based learning or teaching in the early grades. I believe early play-based is good for any early childhood program, but especially for the dual language program. The students here, their brains are active, they're always doing. They are learning Spanish by singing, by dancing, learning Spanish or English by singing, by dancing, by moving, by making friends. They have role models speaking English and Spanish. Their brains are active all the time. And they develop social skills and also cognitive skills through play. Thank you.
Gracias, señora. Y finalmente tenemos señora Zelinsky que va a hablar sobre algunas de las cosas que hacemos en las clases. So Ms. Zelinsky is going to talk a little bit about some of the more specific things we do in the classrooms.
Buenas tardes. So, aquí vemos unos ejemplares del trabajo que hacemos en los grados superiores. Déjame hacerlo un ching más grande. En la esquina superior izquierda vemos trabajo de proyectos de justicia social que hicimos en quinto grado y 2 estudiantes de quinto grado que trabajaron en clases virtuales el año pasado. Abajo a la izquierda vemos nuestros amiguitos de lectura que muchas veces leemos entre clases. Vemos una clase que está trabajando en las matemáticas muy activamente y abajo en la esquina derecha inferior vemos 2 proyectos del mes de historia negra. Y aquí en la esquina superior derecha vemos una imagen que representa el sello de bilingüismo que los estudiantes en Nueva York en su diploma del colegio pueden recibir este sello físico que demuestra que han ganado un premio sobre su competencia en 2 idiomas. So we just got some examples here of work that is done in some of the higher grades. And we've got some examples of some social justice projects that's on the top left. And 2 fifth graders who worked in that area last year when they were doing their virtual learning. And then at the bottom left, there are some reading buddies, which we love to do throughout the program with different levels coming together. On the bottom right, there's some examples of Black History Month projects. In the middle at the top, a class that's participating in a math lesson. And at the top right, this image represents the Seal of Biliteracy, which is available to students in New York State who demonstrate proficiency in 2 languages, and that will be attached to their high school diploma.
Thanks, Ms. Zelinsky. And just one more thing that I wanted to point out also is something that I think is really makes this program very special are some of the celebrations that we do throughout the year. And the pictures that you see here are some of them took place prior to COVID, but you can also see there are some of the students and the staff are wearing masks. So some of them did happen during the pandemic. Prior to COVID, there were bi-monthly assemblies. There was a big Cinco de Mayo celebration. There was the Hispanic Heritage Parade. These are all things that we hope to be able to get back to in a post-pandemic world. And we are seeing that we are able to start to do some things slowly but surely. But these are things that are definitely at the heart of our programming and loved by all, but things that we hope to be able to continue as some of the pandemic restrictions are relaxed. Entonces, aquí en las fotos son algunas de las celebraciones que tenemos en el programa, y aunque sean de los años antes del pandémico, que esperamos continuar con las celebraciones después del pandémico también. Pero son parte de nuestro programa que son muy especiales y como dije, esperamos continuar después. So at this point, I can say that we can go to breakout rooms. So you have a couple of different opportunities. So there will be a breakout room, and I'm going to put the links for these rooms in the chat. There'll be a chance to go and talk to pre-K teachers. That's in one link. There'll be a chance to go and speak to the kindergarten teachers. That's another link. And then you can also go to meet an intermediate grade teacher, and that will be a separate link. So we will be there until 7 o'clock. So feel free, if you would like to talk to the principal, me, you can stay on this call, and I'll be here until 7 o'clock for anyone who has any questions or anything like that. So let me do something different because I see what I just did not quite work. And I'm going to stop the recording. So bear with me. Okay, I'm going to try something different because those links did not work as I had hoped.